Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Deckin Around Deck Specs. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the latest release from Organic Playing Cards, the Snackers V3. But before we jump into it, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
And please ring the bell. We're going to smell this too, buddy.
Oh, I am excited for it. As with the previous Snackers releases, this one does come scented, though I think they learned a good lesson after the V2, so this one will not come oil-drenched, it will just come lightly spritzed. This deck is actually printed by USPCC on their premium crush stock, and it is part of a 4,500 deck print run. The deck retails for $12, but as per usual, Organic Playing Cards will be doing an early bird special before the official release, where you'll be able to pick it up at a reduced price. So, let's check this deck out, Steve.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna say, man, I love the fact that they keep this little, pouch going with it. I like the fact that it's resealable now. It's got just, the fun little nutrition facts on it, so you can see vitamin A, C, and E there, spelling out ACE. And then a good, nice whiff there, which it didn't make you pass out, so I'm guessing it wasn't too terrible.
No, it's a little different, but wasn't as bad as the two.
There you go. So you came with a sticker in the pouch as well, and you have these beautiful little blueberries on the front of the case. You have fun little text on the sides there, no preservatives and gluten-free. And then on the back, you also have those nutrition facts as well, which, like I said, I always love to see on these cards because they're always just fun and creative ways that Organic Playing Cards goes about, adding little touches to these decks and these tuck boxes.
Oh.
You have the Snackers name across the tuck flap there, and then let's check out this deck. I'm super excited. I absolutely love the blue on this back design here, and those three little blueberries fit the theme perfectly. As with most snackers, they are built to be, small little fruits that you would pop in your mouth on the go, hence the pouch and the blueberries there. But being crushed stock, you can see this handles, spreads, fans, and springs perfectly.
Yep.
That was a beautiful fan there, buddy.
I thank you.
You have these matching jokers here with the three little blueberries, and the one thing I noticed off the bat on this one is it actually didn't have a reveal in the jokers this time. You have a
or an ace of spades.
Yeah, so you have a pretty standard ace of spades there. You have a recolored, nice deep blueberry blue for the traditionally black suits, so spades and clubs. And I actually really like the approach they took with these very monochromatic suits or courts for the Snackers V3. We've seen with some of the past renditions, the colors were very bright, very vibrant. Here it's still a very vibrant blue, but it's very monochromatic. And as with all the OPC courts, they have the fun little things here. So you can see the Queen of Clubs holding a piece of blueberry pie, the Jack of Clubs holding some blueberry jam. I love those little added fun little quirks to all of the court cards. That's the one thing I always dive right into on these. And then to switch it up a little bit, you can see the Ace of Clubs is actually the full central pip on the ace for this deck, which makes sense with the three little blueberries. It looks like a club.
Right. That kind of surprised me at first.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because you always expect the ace of spades, and it throws you off if you don't get it. You have a nice double backer here, and then a duplicate 10 of diamonds, making this a usable magician's deck. Obviously, a little bit out of character if you brought it out. Someone's like, oh, what are these blueberries? But with the relatively standard courts and the pretty, minimal design of the deck, it really does work as a magic deck as well as a cardistry deck. And I think one of the interesting things to me about this, and I know I mentioned this to you earlier, and maybe this is just me getting spoiled with the Peelers V3, but I thought there was a really good opportunity with the blue they used on the traditionally red suits, that really light blue, to pop with a metallic ink. This, I think, would have been a perfect deck, actually, for metallic ink with those blues, because you could have gotten a nice, emerald blue, sapphire blue metallic ink for the darker courts, and then kind of a metallic robin's egg for the lighter courts, or lighter suits. That being said, this deck is beautiful. It really is a great successor to the Blackberry Snackers V2. And like we said, Cam switched it back up to more of a perfume versus an oil in this one, so there's no residue stuck on the case. The scent stays in there. It's not on the card, so when you pull out the tuck and you play with it, your hands don't smell, which I think is really important with this.
Definitely a bonus. I didn't think it smelled like blueberry, but it didn't just give me nightmares for a month after.
Yeah, it wasn't saturated into your room when you opened it up. It's almost
Yeah.
like the V2 is almost like a glitter bomb. Like you send it to someone and they open it and it gets everywhere and there's nothing you can do. With this one, it
Yeah.
really, I consider myself to have a very sensitive nose, and I can pick up hints of blueberry. It's definitely there, but you can also pick up the perfume base on it as well, which I think
Yeah.
is the not as pleasant smell you get. It's not bad, but it's just kind of like,
My grandmother.
yeah, like it's a little bit like alcohol based and a little bit, standard base of perfume. It's interesting, but I did get hints of the fruit there, which I thought was fun. And like I said, I think OPC always creates these great little fun decks, and at a price point that you really can't beat. We're really excited to see what the half brick is going to look like. We're hoping to get a quick glimpse of that before the deck goes live at the next episode of The Plug with Cam. But
Yes.
for anyone out there looking forward to these Snackers V3, I have to say, if you were hesitant about the Snackers because of some of the issues with the V2, they've been corrected with this one, and it is a great deck. The other cool thing about this deck is it's actually the 6th release since the OPC Passport program kicked off, which means that if you pick up this and you've picked up the previous 5, you're going to be able to send in for the exotic deck. So that's exciting, man. I know I already have my little passport filled out and ready to go off to Gamblers real soon, so I'm excited for that, man.
Me too.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for checking out this episode of Deckin Around Deck Specs. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Thanks.